Hello everyone, yes I know I look adorable, you don't have to tell me. What the fuck? You son of a bitch. You walk over here. Okay. Hello everyone. Oh Jesus Christ. For today, I just wanted to rant a little bit, cause I've been thinking about making this video for a long time. I actually recorded a video exactly like this a really long time ago, but it just wasn't very good, I don't think. So today, if you've read the title, you already know what this is about. We're talking about World of Warcraft today. I'm going on a little rant, a little ramble. And damn Blizzard for announcing that they were making future systems more alt-friendly, because I was gonna rant to hell about that, but oh well. I guess they learned, or maybe they just saw Asmongold complaining about it and they thought, maybe we should do that. Highly doubt that, though. I highly doubt that any Blizzard devs care about what Asmongold says, even though what he says about World of Warcraft is almost always correct. Anyway, so like when I made this video before, I just kind of went off on a lot of random tangents and there wasn't any structure to it. I don't want to like give this too much structure though, because I want I want most of the stuff I say to just come from within, come from the top of my head. I'm floating. I think it would be more real that way if all of my complaints came from the top of my head. I know I said that I wanted to talk about alts being a problem, but I thought that alts have been a problem forever, so there's no way that I wouldn't always be thinking about that anyway. So the way I'm gonna structure this video slightly, it's gonna have some structure to it. I don't want to leave it totally willy-nilly and then just have a ton of random rambles. I'm already rambling a little bit, but anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically just tell my story. Tell you my journey. I'm gonna start from the beginning, from when I first played the game to the present day, and I'm gonna tell you, what I liked about like each expansion, what I felt could be improved, and ultimately the many reasons why I stopped playing. I think we'll discover that together. So my journey begins, I don't even know when. I think I was about 9 years old, or give or take. My sister's boyfriend, now husband, infected our family with World of Warcraft. And my whole family, my dad, my mom, my sister, me, we all started playing the game. And I was just a kid, so of course, I loved the game. I just messed around on it mostly. My first character was a Tauren druid. Why I chose druid, I could not tell you. I have no idea. Maybe I just thought the shape-shifting sounded cool. But I was a Tauren druid. That was my very first character. I still remember it to this day. And I went through Mulgore like all the other Tauren before me, and I love Thunderbluff. I still love Thunderbluff. I went to the Barrens and I had a great time there. Orgrimmar, I loved Orgrimmar. I'd always run on top of the bank and jump off. But and being a kid, this is a little a little funny to me now, but I hated questing so much. I thought it was boring, I thought it was stupid. All I wanted to do all day, every day was dungeons or PvP. I mean, this was back... Burning Crusade was out already when I started playing, so I missed the true vanilla WoW. Which I guess is why my druid was an absolute dog shit garbage, because Burning Crusade made everything more balanced. God bless Burning Crusade. But, so I missed the true vanilla experience. But I didn't even own Burning Crusade, and when I saw a Blood Elf running around, I thought to myself, yo, what the hell is that guy? That guy's cool. And then I realized that you have to have Burning Crusade to make Blood Elves. But anyway, I wanted to do dungeons just all the time, so what I would do is I would just make groups myself. Of course I was a DPS, because I ain't gonna be no tank and I ain't gonna be no healer, that's for sure. As a kid, I just wanted to deal damage, not have to worry about anything else. But, so I would just spam dungeons in the Barrens constantly. There's like 2 dungeons in the Barrens, maybe 3, I don't remember exactly how many dungeons are in the Barrens, but I would just spam those like all day. Ragefire Chasm, I spammed that a lot when I first got to it. And if, I didn't want to do dungeons, I would go to Orgrimmar and I would do PvP. And that's basically all I did. And I got to like level 42 or something doing this. Just doing dungeons all day, every day. Sprinkle in a little bit of PvP every now and then. And it was great, it was a great time. I had a lot of nice blue gear, which helped me when I went to go PvP. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I was a kid, so I didn't notice like any problems with the game. But I'm not gonna like try to come up with some problems, like in hindsight or anything, because at the time I had no issues with the game, so I will continue with that story. This is, my journey and how I felt at the time. At the time, I felt the game was very fun. It was very fun. And then they announced Wrath of the Lich King, and of course, being a kid, I saw the Death Knight. I took one look at the Death Knight, and I thought, yo, that's so freaking badass and awesome. I want to be a Death Knight, but you have to have a level 55, and of course, spamming dungeons all day ain't gonna help me out too much, because it takes time to form groups in the game, and like, because I didn't have just like a group of people and we just spam dungeons over and over and everything. We did the dungeon once, then they split up, and then I had to look for more people to do the dungeon again. I think sometimes people would stay and go again, but not often. Definitely not often. Anyway, Wrath of the Lich King gets announced, and I see the Death Knight. I want to play the Death Knight. Don't have a level 55. What do I do? Well, back then, I don't know if they still have this, but you could like link family accounts together or something. You could link accounts together, and so my account was linked to my parents' account, and so you could easily do transfers between those accounts, right? And my dad had a level 54 Blood Elf Mage, one level away from being able to make a Death Knight. And before Wrath of the Lich King came out, I said, Dad, I need that Blood Elf Mage. I really need it, real bad. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Because he didn't play that mage, he was playing a paladin. So he gave me that mage. I got it up to level 55, and I was ready to go. And there's a story that when I played that Blood Elf Mage, I still remember this to this day. I don't know why, but I met a guy. I was doing a duel with him outside of Orgrimmar, I think. I know I was definitely talking to him outside of Orgrimmar. And he told me he was colorblind. And for some reason, as a kid, I just thought, oh man, he's colorblind. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I just felt so bad for him because he was colorblind. Like, it's a little silly that I was so like devastated. I was so sad to find out that he was colorblind. It's like I found out that he broke both his legs and could never walk again or something. Like, it was like, he's just colorblind. I'm not saying that being colorblind is no big deal or anything, but I treated it like it was like he told me he had freaking cancer or something. I was just so sad. And I added it into my friends list. Even though I never played that Blood Elf Mage again. So, who knows? That Blood Elf Mage also is gone. I don't know where it is. I think I might have deleted it, but it's gone. It's gone. Anyway. So, you know, Wrath of the Lich King comes out, I make a Death Knight. Orc Death Knight. And yeah, that became my new main for Wrath of the Lich King. I was never really a big raider when I was a kid. I mean, go figure, I was a kid. There's no way I'm doing raids. But I did go into Nax Ramus and ICC with my parents' guild a couple times. I had no idea what to do for my rotation. I just kind of like winged it, but yeah, I think I did decent enough. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but they weren't the best. They weren't the best guild in the world. But anyway, I love Wrath of the Lich King. You know how in Wrath of the Lich King, you know, man, the cinematic. Like, if you're a Warcraft 3 fan and you see Arthas sitting on that throne, that's the first thing you see in the Wrath of the Lich King like reveal. Man, you had to be going crazy. That would have been awesome. You know, like, must have been insane. Yeah, but Wrath of the Lich King was like the last time that like the story really mattered to a lot of people. I mean, even me, like, I didn't play Warcraft 3, obviously. I was a kid. What do you want from me? But the Lich King was so freaking cool that, you know, I did a little bit of digging, a little bit of research on him, so I knew, like, the Warcraft 3 stuff. I knew enough about him, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it was very, very cool. I remember to this day, the way I gained level 80 was by discovering a new area. I'll never forget that, because it was so amazing. I just discover a new area, then boom, level 80. Just like that. I remember I'd always have my mom give me money, give me gold, I mean, in game, because she had a lot of gold. And I would always want, like, gold for mount training and flying. And I'd be like, Mom, I need some gold. She'd be like, okay, here's some gold. But yeah, so there ends the good era, the good saga. Wrath of the Lich King I enjoyed very much. And then Cataclysm gets announced. And I thought the trailer looked really cool. I really did. My mom said she thought the trailer was a joke. For some reason, but I thought it was very cool. You know, I thought the trailer was great. This awesome dragon just fucking everything up. But when I actually played the game, for some reason, I don't know why, but the fact that the 1,000 Needles was flooded, like, really made me angry. As a kid, I don't know why. I don't know why. I was just so pissed that Thousand Needles was flooded. I was pissed that the Barrens was split into two. I was pissed that the Barrens got a weird lush forest thing going on. I was just pissed. I didn't like what they did with the talent trees. They made them, like, small and stupid. You couldn't, like, spec into a second talent tree even a little bit until you, got, like, a certain amount into one tree or something. There's something weird, something stupid. Yeah, talent trees were weird in Cataclysm. You know, I got to level 85, I did the quests. By this point I was fine with doing quests. I got to level 85 and then shortly after that I just quit. I didn't like the game, I didn't like what they did to the old world, I didn't like the talent trees, I didn't like how they removed, like, weapon skills and stuff. They removed a lot of that stuff. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the changes. And the game wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't doing it for me anymore. I mean, I'm sure Cataclysm was fine and all. I'm sure maybe I just overreacted a little bit, but I quit the game in Cataclysm to go play Gary's mod for a long time. I played Gary's mod a ton. Mr. Pandaria gets announced, I take one look at the trailer and I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna play that game. And I didn't play Mr. Pandaria until the very end when they announced Warlords of Draenor. And I thought, wow, that looks so awesome. The orcs are awesome. Garrosh is there. He's awesome. Yada yada yada. Like, I kept up with the game enough to know that Garrosh was, you know, was like the villain of Mr. Pandaria. It's kind of weird that the last raid of Mr. Pandaria is the Siege of Orgrimmar. Doesn't really have anything to do with Pandaria itself at all. You know what I mean? Like, Burning Crusade, the last raid is Sunwell Plateau, where you're fighting, where you're fighting the Burning Legion. It makes sense. It makes sense. You fight Illidan, and then you fight the Burning Legion. It makes sense there. The Wrath of the Lich King, the last raid, wasn't it technically like Ruby Sanctum or whatever? But that's not a real raid, let's be honest. The real last raid is Icecrown Citadel, where you fight the freaking Lich King. Of course the Lich King is the final boss of Wrath of the Lich King. And then Cataclysm, they obviously last raid. Pretty sure the last raid is Dragon Soul. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't remember or know at all. But you fight Deathwing. Of course you fight Deathwing. He's the big villain. Then it's Mr. Pandaria. You fight Garrosh. What does that have to do with Pandaria? It has nothing to do with Pandaria. You fight him in Orgrimmar. What? The hell is the deal with that? I don't know. I just feel like the last raid doesn't tie into the themes of Mr. Pandaria at all. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to, but it just feels a little out of place when you look at all the other final raids, in my opinion. Not that it, like, Siege of Orgrimmar is bad or anything, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I mean, I don't really have an issue with that though or anything, but just thought it was a little strange. Anyway, they made Vol'jin the new war chief. That was fine, I guess. Anyway, then Warlords of Draenor finally comes out, everyone's happy. Everyone's happy that the game is finally here, it looks so awesome. They play the game, wow, it's so much fun. I still truly believe that Warlords of Draenor had like probably the best leveling experience. The zones were like really good. The you know, there's a lot of bonus stuff that you could do. Like there was that one, like was it like Nagrand? I don't remember what zone you could like ride around on a mount and attack on. That was awesome. That was awesome. They had a lot of awesome bonus stuff in all the zones. But you know, once you level up to max, what do? There's not much to do in Warlords of Draenor. Sit in your freaking Facebook game garrison all day, doing your stupid daily Facebook game where you send your followers on missions. It sucked. It sucked. It really sucked. The garrison was shit. Like, it was cool. It's like one of those things that's cool in concept, but just executed in the worst possible way. They really messed that one up. And there was just no content. There's so many. There's like the cut raids. Can't even go to Shatrath City. And that was supposed to be a raid, wasn't it? Yeah, not anymore. Even though that's like one of the most important places in all of Draenor, in all of Outland. No, you don't get to go there though. They really screwed the pooch with that one. Yeah. It's really sad to think that when Warlords of Draenor was out, Heavensward was going on in this game. Man, if only we knew. If only we knew. But yeah, Warlords of Draenor. So I started playing at the end of Mists of Pandaria. Here comes Warlords of Draenor. I leveled up, so much fun. I leveled multiple characters because I just liked leveling. And then once I got done with that, I did some dungeons at max level. And then I said, wow, this is so freaking boring. I hate the garrison. I quit. Time to go back to Garry's Mod. And so Warlords of Draenor was no more. I played Garry's Mod in TF2 instead. Basically. Yeah, Warlords of Draenor has a lot of problems, and if you want to know more about it, there's tons of videos about it, but basically the biggest problem was a lack of content. There was just not enough to do, and the stuff that you could do was very, very boring. I hear a lot of the time that Warlords of Draenor actually had some really good raids. The raids that it did have were good, but there just wasn't enough stuff. It just wasn't enough. I do remember very distinctly that Warriors had Gladiator stance, where it was basically a DPS stance where you had a sword and a shield. It was garbage, but it was a really cool idea, and I kind of wish they would do it again. It was just kind of cool. I mean, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucked, and it's kind of dumb in concept, but I just thought it was really cool that they even had that. Yeah, but the DPS output was really, really garbage. I mean, no duh. You have a one-handed sword. It's no way it's gonna do as much damage as a two-handed weapon. I mean, they could have made gladiator-specific weapons, but that just seems like, I don't know, that seems whack. But whatever. The Warlords of Draenor had cool stuff like that. I mean, I could talk about class design for a little bit here, I guess. Death Knights, they never really felt like they changed too much. I do like how in Wrath of the Lich King, any spec could be tank or DPS, even though obviously there was always a best, but I still liked that you could still choose. It always made sense to me that Frost was the tank, but then they just went and made Blood the tank. I guess Blood kind of makes sense, because it's like, you know, you get in the blood and you can use the blood. I don't know. I guess Blood does make sense as a tank, but I always thought Frost was cool as a tank. I don't know. Blood just sounds more like DPS to me, but maybe that's just me. Not that it doesn't make sense. Unholy. Well, I don't even know what the best tank in Wrath of the Lich King was. I always played Unholy though because it just sounded the coolest to me. I liked the pet. I liked how you gave everything diseases. Yeah, I liked Unholy. And I never ever didn't play Unholy until Legion, where at one point I think Frost was better than Unholy. But in Legion I played a mage for my main, so I never really cared that much anyway. But yeah, I don't know much about much other classes. I know that at one point, I don't know why they ever got rid of this, but like mages had like Frost Fire Bolt. Like that's just cool. You know, that's just one of those cool things. I don't know why they got rid of that. I mean, I don't know. A Frostfire Mage always seemed cool to me, but I guess, you know, it is a little strange. I don't know. Specs in World of Warcraft are weird, because there's just so many classes and different specs now that it's kind of hard to balance them, I think. I don't know. World of Warcraft definitely has a problem with balancing that. It needs to get sorted out, but it's not an easy problem to fix, that's for sure. Anyway, back to my journey. I mean, that's all I really know about classes. I don't know much else about any other thing. But, you know, World of Draenor comes out, it's fun for a while, fun for like a month, and then I just get bored of the garrisons, I get bored of the content, or the lack thereof, and I just quit. But then Legion gets announced. Looks good. I play the game, I get a free boost, so I boost a mage. And yeah, Legion was great. Legion was really fun for a really long time. I did, what was the first raid? Nighthold or something? I did that whole raid. That was very fun. I played it for a good while, a few months at least. Mythic Plus was really fun. I did that with my family all the time. But that's not to say Legion didn't have problems. I did have issues with it, such as legendaries. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you say, oh, it wasn't that bad. Saying it wasn't that bad is not a valid argument against something. Against me disliking something. Like, oh, it's not that bad. Well, why is it bad at all? Even a little bit. You're just like, it's like someone cuts off your freaking pinky and you say, oh, that's not that bad. I got my other fingers. It's like, yeah, but you're still missing a pinky. You know what I mean? But my problem with the legendaries was they were completely random. You didn't know when you were gonna get them. You didn't know which one you were gonna get. And if you got unlucky, you could get because you could equip 2 legendaries at the same time. First one you get very quickly. Second one takes a little bit longer. And after that it takes a really long time. Like I don't know, it just wasn't very good. And you could get really unlucky and get the 2 shittiest legendaries for your class, while someone else gets the 2 best legendaries, and they just do way more DPS than you because they just got lucky. The legendary system sucked. It wasn't fun, it wasn't rewarding. I mean, yeah, maybe it feels good if you get lucky, but like, what about the guy who doesn't get lucky? Not good for him. And you could say, ah, fuck him, haha, but that doesn't seem very fair. And yeah, I get that games don't have to be fair, but when you're giving me something randomly and I get the shittiest thing randomly, and Johnny Two Fingers over here gets the best thing possible, why am I getting punished? I didn't do anything differently than him. You know what I mean? It's just bad game design, and it cannot be defended. I truly believe that. If you try to defend that shitty legendary system, you're crazy. You're on copium. You're a psychopath. But, you know, Legion, you could look past the shitty legendary system because the rest of the game was fun. Mythic Plus was fun. The raids were fun. The gameplay was fun. The artifact weapons were cool. Now, I didn't like how grindy they were, but they were still cool. It was a progression that you could work towards. But I mean, I don't know. I think adding more systems of progression doesn't necessarily make anything better. Like you can't just keep adding system after system and say it's good or anything, but Legion, at the very least, like, Legion just had, you know, artifact power and your artifact weapon to worry about. It didn't really have much else. Now, it did have other problems though, like Titan Forging and War Forging. Basically, what War Forging and Titan Forging is so you get a piece of gear. You know, because of the personal loot they added. Was that Legion? Was that really Legion? I don't even know. You get your piece of gear. Great. That's great, right? Now, what's not so great is that it has a random chance to either Warforge or Titanforge. And what this does is it basically just increases the item level, which increases the stats of your weapon, or I mean of your piece of gear. Randomly. Just randomly. So like, say, you know, this helmet right here, ignore the fact that it's tombstone gear, but like, say I got this helmet from a dungeon or something. It's usually item level 400. If it was Warforged, it'd be like 410, and if it was Titanforged, it would be like 420. So obviously, your best in slot gear is, you know, whatever the current mythic tier is of your gear, plus they're Titanforged. Right? Could mythic gear Titanforge? I don't even know. Probably could. But the chances of getting a full set of gear that's Titanforged is basically zero, because getting a Titanforged piece of gear is, you know, kind of hard enough in itself, not to mention the fact that the gear that you want has to drop, and it has to Titanforge, and you can only do it once per week, right? Like Mythic Plus chest, your Mythic Plus chest, you do, like, I don't know, Mythic Plus 15 or something. So you're like, ah, yes, I'm gonna get a good piece of gear in my weekly Mythic chest. Go to your chest. Sometimes, you know, I hate the Mythic chest, because sometimes you get a piece of gear you don't freaking need. You get a piece of gear you already freaking have, and a piece of gear that you do want isn't Titanforge, isn't Warforge, it's just regular old stupid ass shit, while someone else gets their one per week chest and it's exactly what they need and it's Titanforge, and I'm just sitting here with a gun in my head because of the stupid ass weekly chest. I hate the weekly chest. The weekly Mythic Plus chest. It's stupid. It's stupid. Gearing in World of Warcraft was really stupid. I don't know if it still is, but I did not like it at all. I didn't care about the gear anymore. I didn't care about getting my best gear because the game was just too busy fucking me in the ass by not giving me anything I wanted and not Titanforging anything because why? Because the game said so, that's why. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate Titanforging. They did remove it though. They did remove it though, and replaced it with corruptions in BFA. Oh God. Well, speaking of BFA, we'll get to that in a second here. But overall, Legion was still fun. It had problems, but the problems that it did have, most of them weren't like born in Legion. Like the Titan forging problem, it's a big issue, but the seeds were planted for Titan forging in Mists of Pandaria when they introduced Thunder forging, which was basically just Titan forging, but the version in Mists of Pandaria. It's a kind of a shame I didn't play Mists of Pandaria, because I hear that it was very fun, but yeah, I didn't play it because I thought the cinematic looked goofy. The pandas were goofy. I just didn't want to play it. But everything else about it was apparently really fun. Like the gameplay I hear was like some of the best gameplay World of Warcraft has ever had. The you know, like people's hotbars were fucking wild, full of shit everywhere. It seemed like a whole lot of fun, but I just didn't do it. Oh God, man, I could talk about World of Warcraft all day. I just thought of something else. You know, LFR. Let's talk about LFR. LFR. What is LFR? It's looking for raid. Why? Can someone tell me why World of Warcraft has 4 raid difficulties? Like in freaking you know, in Final Fantasy, you have normal raids and you have savage raids. That's it. You got 2 difficulties. Normal, you know, you queue up for normal in the duty finder. It's not very difficult. I mean, maybe some fights, if you don't know what to expect, you can die, but you know, you might wipe, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Savage is very hard though. You usually use the party finder for that, or you make a static. But that's it. That's all you got in this game. Why does World of Warcraft have LFR, looking for raid, normal mode, heroic mode, and mythic? Why? Why? Why are there so many layers of difficulty? And then you get to the next raid tier, and what the? I wonder if they saw me turn around and thought I was looking at him. But why? You get to the next raid tier, and why does the LFR gear from the now current raid tier replace like some of the hardest earned gear from the previous tier? Yo, hooray! I sold my stuff. Got a giant message on screen. But yeah, it's so weird to me. Like, LFR wouldn't be bad if the gear didn't replace the previous tier's gear from the higher difficulties. Like, there's nothing wrong with LFR if you just want to see the story and you don't want to form a raid, you know what I mean? But I mean, they need to just, like, I don't know, either get rid of Heroic or get rid of Mythic. It doesn't matter to me which one they get rid of, they just need to get rid of one of them. Because 4 raid tiers is way too much. Mythic is unbelievably hard, usually. Like, why does it take, like, over a week for World First Guilds to clear Mythic? After they prepare for several weeks also. Why does it take them so long to clear it? Because Blizzard doesn't freaking tune these fights at all. They don't test these fights. They don't do anything with these Mythic fights. They're buggy, they're broken, they hotfix them in the middle of the fight so that strats that people are using don't work anymore. Why are the Mythic fights released in such a sorry state. Like, why? Another thing, why are mythic raids released at different times? Like, they're released earlier in North America than in Europe? Why is there not a universal time? That's kinda messed up. Kinda doesn't give Europe the advantage and doesn't give Europe a... gives Europe a disadvantage in the world first race, which... I mean, if you care about the world first race, yeah, that kind of sucks, right? But, you know, anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, LFR. LFR's fine. I think that they need to, LFR is like piss easy though. I mean, that's fine if you just want to see the story, but I mean, I don't know. Normal mode it's fine, you can keep normal mode. But they need to they just need to combine heroic and mythic, I think, into one raid tier. And call it either heroic or mythic, I don't care. But they don't need heroic and mythic. It's just too much. It's too much. And what they can do, they can make it harder than heroic, but easier than mythic, and I think that would be fine. I think that would be more enjoyable. Release them universally, worldwide at the same time, to make the world first race fair, and call it a day. Because having 4 difficulty tiers is just too much, the gear differences are too much. And then when the next tier is released, the LFR gear replaces... I don't know if it replaces mythic gear, but definitely replaces gear from the harder difficulties, the difficulties that are harder than LFR, that is. Which is just whack. It's just whack. But anyway, I don't know. I went off on a tangent there. What was I talking about? Legion? Legion was fine. Legion was fun. I think that World of Warcraft... Well, let's talk about what World of Warcraft does well. Actually, we'll talk about that at the end. Let's talk about BFA now. So, Legion is out. I played it for a while, but I don't play it all the way through. I quit at some point during like the gap between patches, I think. So, you know, I stopped playing for a little bit. I go back to playing other stuff. And then BFA gets announced, and I'm like, well, time to go back to the old World of Warcraft. BFA, wow, the cinematic, it looks so cool. Wow, Warfronts, RTS style. Oh, that looks so fun. I can't wait for that to be PvP, right, guys? Right, guys? Island expeditions, wow, and they're randomly generated every time. You never know what you're gonna get. Oh my god, that looks so fun. Like, World of Warcraft is really good at making things look fun, and then you actually get to play them, and you just feel that familiar sense of disappointment. Oh boy. Oh boy. Warfronts, dirt easy, not even PvP. They're not even PvP. They're so freaking easy too. What's the point? There's no point in them at all. There's not even a point in them except to, you know, for their stupid systems that they add. Like, Azerite power? What was it called? Who cares? It sucked. I don't want to upgrade this stupid necklace. This stupid ass necklace. And if I stop playing for even a single day, I fall behind. Like, why? That's not fun at all. Island expeditions are the most efficient way to farm Azerite power or whatever it's called. And guess what? They're not fun. They're not fun. They suck. But, you know, people do them all the time, so Blizzard's like, well, must be fine since everyone's doing it. But no, it's not fine. They're boring, they're easy, they're dirt easy. You just round up all the mobs and you kill them all, and then you win. Thank you. Very fun. Very fun. Very fun. I love doing it 100 times. Like, a lot of these things are fun the first, maybe even the second time. But when you have to do them 8 billion times just to farm Azerite power, it's not so fun anymore. It's not fun when I'm forced to do something for a specific resource that I need in order to not suck balls. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the first raid or what it was called. All I know is I didn't like it as much as Nighthold. If that's even what that raid was called. I didn't like it as much as the Legion raid, is what I'm saying. And I wasn't part of a great guild, so we didn't do too well, so that maybe that had something to do with it, but I didn't think the bosses were as unique, they weren't as cool. It wasn't that fun for me, and I stopped playing BFA real fast. I leveled through the zones. I didn't like most of them. Like, I liked the troll area, I liked Bon Samdi, whatever his name was. I didn't do the Alliance Zone, so I don't know how good they were. But I didn't give a rat's ass about the Volpira or the Volpira Zone. I didn't like that zone at all. It was a giant desert. It was really boring. If you like that zone, more power to you. I'm glad you found enjoyment in something that I couldn't enjoy, but man, I just thought it was boring as hell. And those are the only 2 memorable zones. All the other zones I don't remember at all. Oh, there was the zone where the big city was. It had dinosaurs or something. I don't even know. Actually, let me look them up. Oh, there were only 3 zones. There was Nazmir. That was the best one. It had the blood trolls, I'm pretty sure. It had Bon Samdi. That was the best zone, easily. Vol'dun was easily the worst zone. I didn't like the desert at all, didn't like it one bit, didn't like the Volpira. I didn't like the Volpira that much. I don't hate them or anything, but they were okay. I mean, the male and female Volpira look almost the same. To be honest, the Volpira were probably the best part of that zone. But that's just because I like foxes in general, and they were like weird fox people. But the desert was boring. Didn't like the desert at all. Didn't like the enemies in the desert. Didn't like the areas in the desert. They were cluttered and full of 5 billion freaking mobs. And when I just want to leave this freaking area, I get targeted by 100 things. It's annoying as hell. And the desert's boring. I hate the desert. I hate it. And then you had Zuldazar. It was okay. I mean, it was okay. It had trolls. And it was okay. I don't remember any of the quests in it at all. All I remember is the big city. And that's it. I didn't do any of the Alliance stuff, though. So sorry. Sorry, I have no opinion on that. Can't even try to offer an opinion on the Alliance zones. You'll have to go elsewhere for that. And then I stopped playing BFA. But I did keep up with it a little bit because of Asmongold. You know, he made videos on BFA all the time. He always talked about his problems with it. He made like a like over 20-minute long video about the biggest problems with BFA. I agreed with all of them. And yeah. Once I stopped playing BFA, that was the last time I ever played retail WoW. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. Because when Classic came out, obviously I got my subscription again so I could play Classic. I did pop into retail every now and again, trying to get some of the allied races, but the grind was just kind of boring and I didn't care anymore. So I just stopped. Because I didn't give a shit. But now let's talk about Classic. So J. Allen Brack, during BlizzCon one fateful year, when asked about re-releasing World of Warcraft in its classic state, he said, and I quote, "You don't want that. You think you do, but you don't." And, you know, in a lot of ways he was kind of right, actually. A lot of people thought they wanted that, but when it actually came around, it wasn't as good as everyone remembers, I don't think. Here's the thing with Vanilla WoW. I didn't play Vanilla WoW, but I mean Vanilla WoW and Burning Crusade are basically the same. So Classic comes around. Here's the thing with Vanilla WoW. It was unbalanced. It's been solved. And you know, I don't think it's quite as good as people are made it out to be. I mean, it was fun. It was fun for a while, just to go back and play the old game. It was certainly better than freaking Battle for Azeroth, but at the end of the day, I don't think Classic WoW really lived up to the hype. I mean, it kind of broke records in a lot of ways. It like doubled the amount of people subscribed to World of Warcraft. So clearly a lot of people wanted it. I mean, I wanted to play it. And I'm not saying it was bad or anything. It was enjoyable, but here's the thing. Leveling, it just takes too long. It just takes too long. Simply put, it just takes too long. You can follow and people always treat Classic WoW like, oh, it was such an amazing leveling experience. Leveling was the game. But nobody cares about leveling, and I can prove it because nobody wanted to level. They just got in groups and spammed dungeons all day. Because it was the most efficient way to get experience. Just doing dungeons over and over, over and over. Go, go, go. Dungeon, 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 dungeon. People, you know, play mages and they gather up a billion mobs and they just kill them all with their freaking blizzard and their, you know, their frost abilities, and because mages had crazy CC, but you know, like, no one actually wanted to do the quests. No one wanted to do that. People are like, oh man, back in the good old days when a quest didn't tell you where exactly to go on your map, you actually had to read the quest text. That was so amazing. But then everyone just downloads Questy anyway, the add-on that tells you where to go, like modern World of Warcraft. Everyone just downloads that anyway because no one wants to bother with reading the text quest of these, like, just boring, simple quests. Like half of them are, I need to deliver something to this person. Can you please do it for me? You can find them here. And then the other half of them are, I need you to go kill 10 boars and bring me back their snouts, please. I need to make dinner tonight. Like, it's either, you know, delivery quests, fetch quests, or kill quests. Like, that's it. Those are the quests in World of Warcraft. There's no grand story being told. I mean, maybe some of the dungeons have more story content, but there's not really any actual story being told. There's no, you know, there's no engaging story, I mean. Like, the point of World of Warcraft was just... Well, it was good for its time. I don't think that vanilla WoW is good for today's standards. Like, if you want a... You know... Like, if you want story, a good story, yeah, Classic WoW's not what you're looking for, clearly. If you want good gameplay, well, I mean, the gameplay's fine, but, like, some classes, like Mage, you know what Mage's gameplay is? You click Frostbolt, that's your gameplay, have fun. Some classes are just, like, practically unplayable. If you play a druid, you are going to be a healer because you are the only... Because healing is the best thing you can do. You have regens and you have battle res, but you're not playing a tank. You're not going to be a tank, no way in hell. And you're not going to be a DPS, no way in hell. Because DPS, there's 500 billion options that are better than you. Tanking, only warriors tank in Classic WoW. I'm sorry to tell you. And you know, and you have to live with the fact that even though you're playing a healer and you do have a spot in the raid, you'll never be as good of a healer as a priest. Sorry to tell you. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is probably my biggest issue with Classic WoW, is the class balance. Do you know why so many players, like 60% or something, of the Classic WoW players were warriors? Do you know why? Because they were the best DPS, they were the best tank. In fact, they were the only viable tank. And most importantly, they did the most DPS. Like, that's really it. Like, they did so much damage that it was absurd. And you might be wondering, why is warrior the only viable tank? Surely a paladin can be a tank. Here's why. If you don't know why, let me explain it to you. So tanks in World of Warcraft Classic, there were three classes that could be tanks, technically. You had druids with their guardian spec, you had paladins with protection spec, and warriors with protection spec. So here's the thing. Druids were bad tanks because they didn't have enough defense. They wore leather, but they were just really squishy, and I don't know, maybe they had trouble keeping threat, I don't even know. But they were very, very squishy. They were not good because they were squishy. They didn't have, stuff like shield block, yada yada yada. They were just too squishy. And paladins, their biggest issue is that they don't have a taunt. Why do they not have a taunt? What were they thinking, not giving protection paladin a taunt? Like, I'm like, what is that? Like, what is that? What is that? That's ridiculous. And speaking of paladin, there's another class where you're basically forced to be a healer because the DPS is bad. There's no buttons. Your DPS rotation is very boring as paladin. And you'll just never do as much DPS as a warrior, and you'll never do as much DPS as really anyone, to be honest. And paladin for tanking, yeah, wait until Burning Crusade paladin, then you'll have your chance. Is basically what the sentiment is. The paladin, I mean, paladin in Classic WoW is just, I don't know what they were doing with that when they made that class. Like, I know, let's give the paladin No taunt. They don't need a taunt. Why wouldn't they need a taunt? Like, okay, so no tank swaps ever can happen. If you lose threat, too bad. Too bad, so sad. You can't get it back. Like, why? So weird. But yeah, so Warrior was the only viable tank. And they were the best DPS, which is why you saw so many of them. What else? But it was fun for a while. I got up to like level like 39 or something, which, you know, I mean, I had fun doing it, but it's not really like it's kind of, you just, at that point you're just like, it's just like clockwork. You're just, you know, you're just moving on instinct at that point. You know, I'm not being engaged into the story or the characters or the world. I'm just running around following a questing guide on YouTube, and doing quests in the exact order I'm told to and going exactly where I'm told to, so that I can have the most efficient leveling experience possible. And yeah, it kinda sucks. I don't like getting a mount at level 40. Not having a mount to level 40, that's so whack. And you can say, you want your mount at level 20? Yes, I do want a mount at level 20. Is there a problem with that? I don't really think there is a problem with that. Like, yeah, I don't want to run around these giant, boring zones. Like, they were good at the time, but they just aren't good anymore. Like, come on. Like, Mulgore, I have so much nostalgia for it, I can't say it's bad or anything. The Baron's the same story, but like, I can't even name half the other zones. Like, who cares about them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, World of Warcraft, it just feels like you're trying to get to the max level as soon as possible. And it's always felt that way, to be honest. Well, maybe it didn't feel that way back in actual vanilla WoW, but everyone feels that way now. No one wants to level through the zones that they already have seen, they already know everything about. They've already played the game, so no one wants to level through the zones. You can say that leveling in vanilla WoW was part of the journey, part of the experience, and yeah, that's true. But for classic WoW, when you're talking about classic WoW, no one cares about it anymore. They just don't. And that's the truth. That's just the simple truth. I'm sorry, but you can, you know, disagree with that all you want, but that's just the truth of the matter. No one cared about leveling in classic WoW. That's why so many people didn't do quests, they just spammed dungeons. And you see these people who are like seething angry at Asmongold when he wanted to spam dungeons because he was ruining the classic WoW experience. Yet when I actually played Burning Crusade, I never did any quests, so I mean, I guess that is the classic WoW experience, just doing dungeons, because that's all I did when I played the game. Because I thought quests were boring as hell, and you know what, maybe I was kind of right actually. They are boring as hell in classic WoW. Sorry to say. But like, Mancrick's wife, like that quest is like a meme, but when you look at it objectively, that's a dog shit quest. Like, oh, please find my wife. She's somewhere she's somewhere to the south. Like, oh yeah, thanks. The Barrens is fucking huge. That's real helpful. Like, I don't actually know what the quest text says. I can't remember, but like, it's just so vague. That's why so many people are spamming, where's Mancrick's wife? Where's Mancrick's fucking wife? Because the quest was unclear. It was dog shit. It's a dog shit quest. Fuck that quest. But yeah, like, I don't know what kind of copium these people are huffing, but like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're like classic WoW is such a perfect game, but it has so many flaws. The class balance is just objectively bad. I don't know how you can defend it. Like, oh, well, classes were more distinct and unique back then when everything wasn't balanced. Well, how fun. I really love how how a feral druid sucks big time balls compared to every other DPS in the game. Yeah, that's real fun. I love that class identity thing you got here. It's like, oh, Druid is the jack of all trades, master of none, so of course it can't be as good as the other classes. Why? But why? Why can't it be? It can't even be a little bit better, like than it is now. Like, it has to be dog shit. It just has to be dog shit. Druid players, you have to be dog shit, because that way the game is more fun that way. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like, say what you want, but class balance is important in a video game where you, especially like okay, like if it was easy to like swap your class like it is in this game, then yeah, sure. But then yeah, sure. I mean, I can excuse it a little bit, because at least I can go play something that's actually good. But like, who wants to play a shitty class? Who wants to play a shitty spec? I'll tell you who. Nobody. Nobody wants to play that. But even if it's more fun, nobody wants to play it. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, people are like, oh, Classic WoW is actually better than Burning Crusade. Why is it better exactly? I see people talk about how flying ruined Burning Crusade. How did it ruin Burning Crusade? Because it made world PvP less prevalent? Like, who cares about world PvP, man? Nobody cares about PvP. It's niche as hell. To be like, let's be honest, it's niche. Like, I don't know. Like, if you enjoy PvP, that's fine and all, but like when Classic WoW came out, I was like, oh, let me do a PvP run. Yeah, biggest regret of my life. It's so fun when I'm just doing quests and then I get killed by, you know, several people because I am playing on a server that's leaning one way heavily on the faction scale. Yeah, that's so fun. That's so fun. Man, you're right. That's so fun when I'm just questing and I get killed and my corpse gets camped. Yeah, that's great. That's really great. And then I have to take res sickness and stop playing the game, stop questing until they go away. Yeah, that's really fun. You're right. That's really fun. Just get good. Yeah, it's real easy to just say just get good when you're not the one getting killed by several people. Yeah, it's real easy. It's real easy to just get good. Like Burning Crusade is just was an objective improvement over Classic WoW in every single conceivable way. The dungeons were better. Class balance was better. Classes themselves felt better, usually, for the most part, in general. You know, like balanced druids. The thing with balanced druids is, oh, remember earlier when I said Guardian Druid was the tank? I forgot that Classic WoW didn't have 4 spec trees. I think it was just what was the DPS and the tank talent tree was shared on Druid. I think it was just called Feral. I think that the fact that they had a talent tree that was shared probably is one of the reasons why both of those specs were kind of bad, but I mean, Balance was also bad, and it just had its own spec tree. The problem with balance was that mana regeneration was non-existent. You just ran out of mana, and then you're done. You're done. You're done. You know, you do a good amount of damage, and then you just don't do anymore because you ran out of mana. Thank you, Balance Druid. You are so good in classic WoW. Man, all those classic WoW guys, they're so right. What a great game. What a great game classic WoW is. One of the specs doesn't even function. What a great game right there. But you know, in Burning Crusade, balance is actually feasible. You can actually do it now. Wow. 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 That's so stupid. They should have that spec be unplayable. That makes the game more you know, more unique. It makes the classes more unique when you have a spec that's just, you know, unplayable. Really good. Really good. Oh, you guys are so right. I don't know how long I've just been running around Charlene ranting, but we ain't stopping yet, because here comes Shadowlands. Here comes Shadowlands. I can't talk about classic WoW all day. Here comes Shadowlands. I didn't play it. I didn't play it. I don't know what the gameplay is like. I don't know what the story is like. All that much. I do know a bit though. I know about conduits, and covenants, yada yada yada. I know how, like, so here's the thing. They added covenants, 4 different covenants, right? And you choose one. You can only be part of one at a time, right? And you get an ability. You get an ability to add to your hotbar. That changes up the way your class plays. Now, how on earth could they balance that? Well, you're right, they can't. So each class just has one covenant that's just outright, objectively better than all the other ones. And then they have the audacity to say that this is a core RPG choice. Ian, I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about. It's not a choice. It's not a choice when one option is objectively the best option because you just choose that one. There's no choice involved. There's no RPG element being added here. Like, a choice in an RPG would, like, affect the story, wouldn't affect your gameplay. I mean, yeah, you can choose to play a bad one if you think it's more fun, and that's fine in a single-player game and all. But in a multiplayer game where you're expected to, you know, be the best you can be, you are not gonna choose, like, a bad option. Like, if there's an option that made your DPS actually go down, but it was so fun and awesome and cool, and the game, and it felt so smooth to play, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna choose the best one, even if it's clunky and barely functions. If it's objectively the best, gives you the best number, you're choosing it. You're gonna choose it. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna want to go into a dungeon and have a bad skill. And everyone's gonna be like, or a raid, and everyone's gonna be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Look at this guy, he's a fucking idiot. Kick him out. Know what I mean? Like, that's just what's gonna happen. There's no RPG choice. So don't even start with that bullshit. And then for some reason, they don't even let you change at will. Why can't you change at will? You can only change, like, what, once a day or something? Why can't you change at will? You can't even try them out. You can't even try them out in one day. You have to choose. You better just choose. You gotta choose now. If you chose wrong, well, too bad. If you don't like it, well, too bad. you gotta wait a arbitrary amount of time before you can change. Why though? I don't understand that. Like, if you wanna hear a good rant about that, you can watch Preach react to an Ian interview, and I don't know, like 40 minutes in or something, he starts popping off and going wild. It was a blast to watch. It felt so good to watch. But anyway, they eventually apparently made that easier to deal with. They made it better, which I don't understand why they couldn't do immediately. I don't know why it even launched that way, because people told them this is going to be an issue in the beta, and they just said, no, we don't think it'll be an issue. Like, they literally said that, and then the game comes out, everyone's like, all the players who didn't see it in the beta are like, yeah, I don't like this. And months later, Blizzard's like, we have heard your feedback. We are gonna change this. It turns out that you guys didn't like it. We made a mistake. Like, yeah, no shit, you made a mistake. Everyone was telling you this was dog shit ass garbage in the beta, but you didn't do anything. Like World of Warcraft at this point is just like a paid beta test. Game barely even functions half the time on release, and like they really cock it up a lot of the time. It seems like, I don't know, man. Is this a player? It's just walking around. I mean, I'm just walking around, but they're literally just walking in circles. Very interesting. But yeah. World of Warcraft. What a game. And I don't even want to go into the stuff with Sylvanas, like I don't know what kind of crack Steve Denuser was smoking when he wrote Sylvanas' storyline, but like it just gets worse and worse somehow. Like, okay, here's Sylvanas. Okay, here's Sylvanas. She's cool, right? In Legion, in Legion, Vol'jin, gets stabbed, and Sylvanas, I think this is what happened. Sylvanas makes everyone retreat because they were losing. They were gonna lose. It was not looking good. And so they retreat, and then the Alliance kind of gets fucked over by the Horde retreating, but whatever, who cares about the Alliance? They're full of a bunch of idiots anyway. And that stupid furry is pissed because them retreating made oh my god, I forgot his name. Varian? Made Varian have to, sacrifice himself when he went sicko mode and fought all the Burning Legion by himself. And then he dies, of course. And then that stupid furry is like, grr, I hate that Sylvanas. So in Legion, he like tries to kill her at several points. Yeah, good luck with that, you stupid furry. I don't even remember his name. That's why I'm calling him the furry. I think his last name is Greymane or something. Yeah, I don't remember his first name. Sorry. Sorry, furry man. Maybe I'll call him the Worgen dude. I'll call him the Worgen dude. But anyway. So, at this point in the story, Sylvanas, she's a little fucked up, but, you can understand what she's done, a little bit at least. Like, I mean, in Cataclysm, she did, gas an entire city of people, which is not good, but, definitely not a good thing. But, who cares about the stupid Gilneans anyway? But yeah, she's a little unhinged. She goes a little far, but a lot of the time. But But you know, that's just part of her crazy character. But anyway. So then we have BFA. Sylvanas is the war chief. Why is she the war chief? I don't know, because freaking spirit whispered in Vol'jin's ear to make her the war chief. That spirit was probably smoking crack. I don't know what it was thinking, making Sylvanas the war chief. But so Sylvanas is now the war chief. Awful idea, by the way, Vol'jin. I mean, you should have questioned that spirit greatly. You should have just made, like, I don't know, Bane the war chief instead. But whatever. So Sylvanas is now the war chief, and she's crazy, and she wants to kill a bunch of people and get a giant army of evil zombies, of the evil undead, or something. I don't know. I don't even know. No one knows why at this point, right? No one really knows what's happening. And you know, Sarfane is like, we gotta stop her. He 1v1s her, but then he dies. I mean, obviously that was the easiest stomp I've ever seen. No way in hell could this old grandpa beat Sylvanas, who has magic evil powers. But so it's like, okay, Sylvanas, you've been acting sus lately. What's the deal? Well, we learned that this off-screen entity was actually who's the jailer. Oh my god, off-screen entity that we were just hearing about now was actually the one making Sylvanas do it all along. He was making Sylvanas do all this stuff. She was doing it all for the jailer. Who's the jailer? It doesn't matter. He's the jailer. And that's why Sylvanas is also so strong, because the jailer gave her superpowers. Ooh. See, she's not a Mary Sue, guys. She got a superpowered MacGuffin. She's not a Mary Sue. It's just a MacGuffin, guys. So you know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, Copium. It's actually good storytelling, Copium. Sylvanas is a good character, Copium. I'm not too deep into the lore. I mean, as I said, I stopped like after a month into BFA. I never really cared about the WoW story anyway, but I try to keep up with it a little bit. Sylvanas. Oh, Sylvanas. And then, you know, Shadowlands trailer. Here comes a Shadowlands trailer. Oh my god, the freaking Lich King himself, who is now, what's his name? Bolvar Fordragon. Bolvar Fordragon is the Lich King, and he's about to kick Sylvanas' ass. Nope, he doesn't even get a single hit in, and then Sylvanas rips the Helm of Domination in half, and Bolvar is sitting on the floor crying like a baby. Why? That was such bullshit. Like, I don't even care what you say. I don't care if the jailer, like, oh, she was powered up by the jailer. Yeah, does that make it good storytelling that she was powered up by some off-screen entity that we've never seen or heard of before just now? No, I don't think it does. I really don't think it does, actually. Bolvar could have at least got a couple hits in. It could have been at least a close fight. They didn't have to make him get stomped so hard. Like, why? It's just so funny to me. Like at BlizzCon when they revealed the trailer and everyone saw Bolvar, people were cheering. They were like, "Yo, that's so awesome!" Is the WoW team just that stupid that they're not gonna make him get stomped that hard, not even get a single hit in? Like, yeah, everyone's really gonna enjoy that. You're right. What a great trailer. Like, at least make it a close fight. Like, come on, at least. I mean, it doesn't have to be a close fight, but he can at least, you know, deal some damage. At least, you know, don't make him look like a total bitch. Like, what the hell? He's the fucking Lich King. What a stupid cinematic. I hate that trailer. It's dog shit. And then, you know, Sylvanas, she's evil, she's working with the jailer. But at the end of it all, she says, "No, I will never serve you. I don't serve anyone." Even though she's been serving him for years and years and years. But no, she doesn't serve anyone. She doesn't serve anyone. Nope. She doesn't serve anyone. She will never serve. Ever. Okay. Okay, great. Oh, and also it turns out that wasn't actually Sylvanas. That was, she was being controlled, brainwashed basically, brain jacked, brain hacked the entire time. The entire time. Yeah, turns out that there's actually like 2 Sylvaнаses. This one got brain hacked. The real Sylvanas, she's not evil. She would never burn down the, you know, Darnassus tree or anything. She's not evil. So, you know, we go back in time. Uther, I think, goes back in time, talks to, you know, Sylvanas when she was still a high elf, and not a zombie. And, you know, she's like, "What? I would never do that. That's crazy. You're lying to me. You're a crazy guy." And he's like, "No, you did it. Because the jailer," I think he said something stupid like the jailer works in mysterious ways or something really stupid. Really, something really, really dumb like that. I don't remember what he said. Aye, let me tell you. Not a good look right there. Not a good look. Like, you can, like I don't, does anyone like Sylvanas? Like, I think the only reason people like Sylvanas is because she's hot or something, but I mean, she's kind of like a zombie. Don't you think she kind of has rotten flesh, probably? Like, I don't know, not all that hot to me, to be honest. Like, I mean, there's plenty of other options in World of Warcraft, like Tyrande, Illidan, yeah. Why do all World of Warcraft women, like, go crazy? Like, they all go crazy. Like, Tyrande, she went crazy, she went, like, goth, emo mode, and she went crazy, even though she was supposed to be, like, you know, a very, like, majestic... well, I don't know if majestic's the right word, but you know what I mean. She wasn't supposed to be like that, but she went crazy for some reason. Jaina goes unhinged several times. Sylvanas is just like people talked about Sylvanas, like, what was it? Like, Sylvanas was like a morally gray character, even though she's clearly not morally gray at all. She's clearly evil, just evil, pure evil, basically, because she's being controlled by the jailer, who is pure evil, obviously, of course. She had no free will of her own, okay? That wasn't her, okay? And now Sylvanas can have her redemption arc, because that wasn't her. She was getting brainwashed, okay, guys? She's a good guy. Sylvanas is a good guy. She will never serve ever again. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't kill all those people. She didn't burn down the tree. That was the jailer. The jailer was brainwashing her, guys. Even though she clearly wasn't being brainwashed. They just wanted a reason to make Sylvanas good again. Thank you, Steve the Newser, you fucking fraud. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, all the women in World of Warcraft go crazy. What's that dragon's name? I forget. What's that dragon's name who died in Legion? She went evil and died. She got corrupted. She didn't go crazy. I mean, to be fair, she got corrupted and then became evil. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, all the World of Warcraft female characters are kind of not good. They're just kind of not good. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, not great. Like, who's that girl who wanted to kill Illidan? Like, she's okay, she's good. You know, she had the helmet and like the glaives or something. I don't remember her fucking name. She was only around in Burning Crusade and Legion, like, to be honest. So I don't remember. But still, like, I don't know, like in Final Fantasy, the female characters, they're just treated like actual characters, actual people. They don't go crazy. They're just treated like characters. Like you play the game. You don't even think about the fact that, you know, Y'shtola's a girl. You're just like, yep, that's Y'shtola right there. That's just Y'shtola. That's all you think. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But yeah. Anyway, Shadowlands, not a good one. And last but not least, we have Burning Crusade Classic. I mean, I played it. I got up to like level 63 or something. The only moment I felt any joy was when I got my mount, and even then, not much joy. I remember this very specific incident where I was doing a quest in Terrakar Forest, and there's like this, I was playing a Night Elf Warrior, okay, so, just so you know where we're at here, because, there's this camp where there's like evil orcs, right? Evil orcs, and you have to, there's a quest to kill them, and I was doing that quest, and I pulled like one too many mobs or something, and I was gonna die, but then a level 70 Horde player, and I'm on a PvP server, mind you, level 70 Horde player came and helped kill the mobs that were attacking me. So, you know, the Horde player didn't kill me. Very nice, very nice. They were, you know, max level, and I was like 62 at this time, or 61 at this time, I don't remember. So obviously I couldn't kill them, and I was very grateful that they killed the mobs that were attacking me, because I was gonna die, probably. And so I do a slash thank you to them, okay? I do a slash thank you, and then they, you know, get on their mount and fly away. Then this human dude walks up to me, and he just says, "What is wrong with you?" Like, what? Like, what the hell is he talking? To this day, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. It was so confused. Was he, like, wondering why I thanked the Horde player? Like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to hate the Horde player because they're playing Horde and I'm playing Alliance. I'm supposed to hate this person behind their computer screen, playing, you know, a character in a video game. Playing a video game. Because they're a Horde player and I'm an Alliance player, so clearly I'm supposed to hate their guts, no matter what. Like, what the hell are they talking about? Did they want me to attack them? Is that what they were saying? Like, I should have attacked them? Because I'm on a PvP server, so obviously I have to attack every Horde I see, or else I'm like crazy. Like, I would have lost, and I didn't see him attacking that person. Like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with that guy. I don't know what the hell that guy's problem was, but I still remember that. It haunts me to this day, just wondering what the hell he was so angry about. Ugh, man, my voice is starting to die here. Man, I can't wait to see how long this video is. I have no idea how long this video is. I'm gonna see these fucking stairs in my dreams tonight. But yeah, World of Warcraft, I mean, it's fun. I don't, like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't play it, and if you do play it, that you shouldn't be having fun. If you're having fun, that's good for you. I just can't have fun with it anymore. There's too many problems. Burning Crusade, I didn't talk about Burning Crusade all that much. Burning Crusade Classic has basically all the same problems as Classic WoW. It's just an old game, no one cares about leveling, so like that whole idea that leveling is so amazing in Classic WoW is is just lost on me because nobody cares about leveling, so I don't know why anyone even acts like it's such a positive point when nobody wants to level up and leveling takes forever. Like, we've seen all these zones before, we've done these quests before. I don't need to spend a whole month getting to max level because leveling in this game takes so damn long. But anyway, I mean, the class balance is definitely better. I'm glad about that. Other than that, there's not much to say about Burning Crusade Classic. I mean, it is Burning Crusade Classic, it is what it is. It got boring for me fast because it's like, I've already played this game before. Sure, I didn't get max level or anything, but you know, I've done the Outland stuff in future expansions when leveling alts, so it's nothing new to me. Still, it's nothing new to me. Just because I didn't do it in Burning Crusade didn't make it all that different. Like, I'm doing these quests and I'm like, yeah, I remember these from, you know, leveling and all. Like, I remember these quests. These are not new quests. Like, Classic WoW was not a life-changing, eye-opening, re-experience, amazing experience that, like, everyone made it out to be. Like, it was fun for a while, but, you know, after a while, it's like, yeah, I don't care about, I don't care for searching for parties, in trade chat or in general chat at all. The Dungeon Finder, say what you want, I don't think the Dungeon Finder ruined WoW like so many people seem to make it out to be. Like, I don't know why people say this. People have been saying this for years. I even bought into it, but now I think about it, I have no issue with the Dungeon Finder whatsoever. There's nothing wrong with it. It didn't ruin WoW, that's for damn sure. Like, obviously it didn't ruin WoW, because it was still in the game when Legion came out, but Legion was incredibly popular and well liked. So I guess it didn't ruin WoW, right? It was introduced in Wrath of the Lich King, which many people say is the best expansion, so I guess Dungeon Finder didn't ruin WoW after all. What ruined WoW then? Oh, I don't know. How about all the systems on top of systems on top of systems that you have to farm every goddamn day? No one has time to play every goddamn day. I don't want to log in and have to do chores. Like, and the fact that, like I know that they said recently in like an interview or like a blue post or something, I don't know. They said this somewhere that they're gonna make future, you know, stuff more alt friendly, but like for now, the fact that stuff isn't alt friendly is a huge deterrent to playing the game, because like these systems, yeah, they're not fun the first time you do them. They're not fun by any means, but I'll do them. Will I like it? No. But will I do it at least once? Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. But when I have to do it again on other characters, I have to get more. I have to get my my borrowed power for this expansion. I gotta get my artifact power for this expansion. I gotta level this stupid system for this expansion. I gotta, you know, unlock flying for this expansion. Again. I have to unlock flying yet again. Why do I have to unlock flying yet again? Like, I don't know why they moved away from the model of you pay a sum of gold to a freaking trainer who teaches you flying. Like, just give me that. Why do I have to go unlock these stupid achievements that no one gives a rat's ass about? They just do it to get flying. Like, why do I have to do this stupid shit no one wants to do to get flying? Like, say what you want. Say Aether Currents in this game are bad if you want. I think you're crazy if you think Aether Currents are even remotely in the same universe as the shit you have to do to unlock flying in World of Warcraft. Like, and they made Aether Currents in the previous expansions easier by removing half of them. My biggest problem with Aether Currents in this game, in Final Fantasy, is the side quests. Cause, like, I mean, some of them, you know, like, I could just skip all the dialogue, but, like, I don't want to skip any dialogue, really. But, like, why am I being forced to initiate these side quests that I'm never gonna, like, finish the storyline of, just to get some Aether Currents? Like, I wish you could just find the Aether Currents and that would be the end of it. And then you have, you know, the one Aether Current you get from the MSQ, and then you can fly. I don't want to go do these stupid side quests that are basically just talk to this guy, then go talk to this guy for Aether Currents. Those aren't very good, but still, you can do that in like 5 minutes, compared to World of Warcraft, where you have to do, you know, like a tedious, like a tedious quest, a tedious grind, whatever, what have you. You know, like unlocking flying in Zereth Mortis in Shadowlands. Like, I heard that like it's gonna take like at least 17 days to get flying, because you have to interface with this stupid mobile game-esque like progression system where you have to like research shit and it's time locked. Like, it's like, oh, this takes 1 minute to research, and then, oh, the next thing takes 10 minutes to research, the next thing takes 2 hours to research, next thing takes a day to research, next thing takes a week to research. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that doing in World of Warcraft? A game where you have to pay a subscription every month. Like, when Endwalker released, people were flying in the first day in every zone. People finished the game in the first day and they were flying in every zone. Like, you cannot tell me that that World of Warcraft system is in any way okay. It's just not. And I don't think anyone's defending it, but like, I see a lot of people say, oh, it's not that bad, you know, it's not that bad, you can just explore the zone for a few weeks while you do the research. It's not that bad. Just because something's not that bad doesn't make it good, doesn't mean it should be in the game. Like I said before, the argument of it's not that bad is a shitty argument if that's the only thing you can say to defend something. Then I'm sorry, but the thing you're trying to defend isn't very good. You know, I'm not trying to, like, I mean, I know this is the World of Warcraft rant video, but I don't want to, like, just shit on the game totally. I mean, even this game, I have my problems with it, like, White Mage, Lily system's kind of funky, and MP, you see MP right here? Yeah, good luck keeping that high. Yeah, no thanks, I'll stick to Astro where I don't, have 0 MP. Thank you very much. I don't have to, you know, use lucid dreaming the second it comes up just to continue doing my job as a white mage. White mage is fucked right now. White mage, I used to love white mage back in Shadowbringers, but you know, nowadays I don't know what they did, man. I don't know what they did. They did something. They did it dirty. They really did it dirty. But anyway, Burning Crusade Classic. I mean, it's just more of the same old stuff that we've all done before. J. Allen Brack was right. We thought we did, but we kinda didn't, because it wasn't all that interesting. to do again. It was fun. It's fun for a while. It's fun in the same way that like playing an old shitty game is fun. You know, like I don't know. It's like fun in the same way that like pulling up your Switch and playing freaking Zelda 1 is fun. You know, like ah haha, oh look at Zelda 1. It's so bad, but ha haha, it's so fun to play this old shitty game. But you know, you're not gonna stick with it. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna, you know, play Zelda 1 and be like, oh yeah, this is just as good as Ocarina of Time. This is just as good as Breath of the Wild. You know, I mean, I don't know, maybe single player game, maybe that's a bad example. It's like, I don't know. It's like when you like download a private server for like freaking Toontown, you know? Like it's fun for like a couple days, but once you like hit the point where like you're grinding for your gags, and any Toontown players out there, where you're like grinding for your gag experience and you get a freaking Toon task that tells you to go do like 10 freaking cog buildings and kill 30 pencil pushers. It's like I'm done, you know what I mean? Like this is just getting to be too much. But you know, it's fun for a little bit. And you know, if you still play Burning Crusade, if you still play Classic WoW, I mean, I don't know how you're still playing Classic WoW since all the fucking servers are dead because Burning Crusade is just better. But you know, if you're still playing those two games, good for you, good for you. I'm glad you can find such enjoyment in a, you know, like 15-plus-year-old game at this point. You know, in 2 years, Classic WoW will be like, what, 20 years old, right? Like, that's pretty crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, my voice is giving out on me. What the? But yeah. So I don't want to, you know, I don't want to end like on a bad note or anything, but I think I've ranted long enough. Here's some things that I think WoW. Let's talk about some things WoW can do better, and some things that it does well. What it can do better is, you know, make things more alt-friendly. It's already doing that though, so that's a good sign. I think WoW's biggest issue, besides the alt-unfriendliness, the reason alt-unfriendliness is such a big deal is because when you finish, you know, gearing a character, you know, you do all the content on a class, you know, what keeps you playing? What can keep you playing? Well, that's, you know, playing an alt character. I want to get some gear on an alt character. I want to try out a different class. I want to try out, you know, this cool different class. It keeps you invested in the game. People say that, you know, you have to do all these systems over again because Blizzard just wants engagement metrics and yada yada yada. But when people see that they have to do all this shit again on an alt that they've already done, like, you know, Azerite power, progressing your secondary stupid ass systems, they look at that on their alt and they're just like, you know what, I don't think I want to do that again. In fact, I think I quit the game. Like, people just stop playing. So I mean, what good does that do for engagement metrics when you just stop playing the game? And Asmongold makes this argument in a recent video, clickbaited, called, you know, the biggest problem with World of Warcraft. Here's the biggest problem with Final Fantasy. I can see through the freaking floor. Hello, devs. Did you catch this one? Tisk tisk. but anyway. So that's really why. That's why it's an issue. But they're fixing that apparently. So, I'll hold my breath to see how they fix it. If it's if they really actually make it better. But it's hopeful. It's hopeful. I don't want World of Warcraft to be bad. I obviously I don't want it to be bad. I want it to get better. I want it to be fun again. But I don't know if, even if it gets fun again, I don't know if I'll ever play it again, because I just don't really want to play more than one MMO, even though it's feasible, even though it's possible. That's just not, what I want to do. If I'm gonna play an MMO, I'll stick with one, and for any other games I play, it will probably just be single player. Was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, what can World of Warcraft do better? So alts being more friendly, that's a good step in the right direction. Now what they need to do next, I think the next biggest problem they need to solve is all these systems. They just add way too many systems that aren't that interesting, they aren't that fleshed out, and then they are just irrelevant or removed in the next expansion. Like, what's the point of these systems, of me caring? Why should I care about a system that's going to be gone? Like, what does this matter to me for? Like, progression should just be, in my opinion, it should just be levels and gear. That should be your progression. Simple as that. It's very simple. You get better gear and you get higher levels. I don't need to farm a resource to upgrade my character in some way that is going to become pointless. Like, what was the point of grinding all my Legion artifact power, leveling up my artifact weapon, if you deactivate my artifact weapon's special ability in the next expansion? And it's basically just useless. A useless piece of garbage now. The Ashbringer, yeah, that legendary sword, yeah, it's garbage. You get a green sword in the next expansion that's better. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I don't know, that just never felt right to me. Like you have these systems that are just pointless. There's just too many of them. They don't mean anything. They don't feel good to progress, really. I'm forced to farm. I think World of Warcraft can learn a lot from this game. Your progression is gear in this game. That's your progression, really. That's it. Levels and gear. And everything else, you just have fun. You just have fun. This game is just really about having fun. There's this old mantra. You log into World of Warcraft and you say to yourself, what do I need to do today? You log into Final Fantasy XIV and you say, what do I want to do today? And that's a good way to look at it, I think. World of Warcraft needs to, move in the direction of where you log in and you say, what do I want to do today? Because it cannot survive in today's world if I'm expected to log in every single goddamn day. It's just not gonna happen. The world is moving on, but World of Warcraft is not moving on. You know what I mean? Oh god. Oh god. It's like they're scared to lose players, so they make them log in every day. Like maybe you wouldn't be scared of losing players if the game was good. Like, I don't know. People play the game for fun. You ever heard of the word fun? Anyway. Is there anything else that think World of Warcraft could do better? I mean, sure, there's a lot that it could do better. I'm sure that all the problems I've talked about in this video, like 4 difficulties for raids, like that could be better, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could be better. But let's talk about what World of Warcraft does good. To finish this video off, let's end it on a positive note. What does World of Warcraft do good? What can it keep up with? What can it keep doing? I think what World of Warcraft does well is, like, the art team single-handedly carrying that game. I do think that World of Warcraft looks good, especially the zones. They always look good. It's a different art style from this game, Final Fantasy, and I think that saying that one's bad and the other is good is kind of stupid. I think both look good, they just have a different art style. Like, I mean, I guess you can prefer one over the other, of course, but I think objectively, like, this game is not ugly. Look at that cloud right there. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You know? Characters in this game look good. Am I right? The grass is not great, but they are going to improve that next expansion, thank fucking god. And you know, this grass texture is not all that great, but come on, it's a big game. You're zoomed out all the time like this. You're not looking too closely at the grass, let's be honest. But yeah, this game looks good. I think anyone saying this game looks bad is, hasn't gotten Shadowbringers yet, probably. But yeah, still. Like, look at that building. That building looks really great. Like, maybe this tree's not looking so good with its weird leaves and all, but this building looks fantastic. Anyway. So yeah, art style, definitely good there. The character models in World of Warcraft aren't like great, especially in like cutscenes where they're talking and they have this weird flappy jaw. But World of Warcraft's not really a game that was really made with that in mind, let's be honest here. So I mean, I can't fault it too hard, but it is a little funny to look at sometimes, the character models. But other than that, they do look good. I mean, there's a lot of source filmmaker porn out there, so I mean, obviously they gotta be doing something right. But anyway. Yeah, art style. Yeah, art style's good. Other things that that World of Warcraft does great is, like, I truly think dungeons and raids are, and always have been, really fun. I mean, dungeons and raids are fun in this game too. I don't know if like one's better than the other. I can't really say for sure. I haven't done any of the, you know, recent WoW raids or dungeons, so I can't say for sure which one's better. But I enjoy them both. They both, you know, give me the same happy chemical in my brain when I do them. So I have no issues with that whatsoever. Dungeons and raids are fun. My only problem with raids is that they have way too many difficulties. That's my only problem, as I've said. But that's more a problem that affects the gear more than affects the raids. But anyway. And another thing that World of Warcraft does well is gameplay. I think that, you know, this game also has good gameplay, of course. Reaper is very fun. I love the way Reaper plays and all that, but like, people say that WoW's gameplay is just way better because the global cooldown's not as long, but there's a lot of off global cooldowns in this game, so it doesn't really, I don't know, I think that they both play very similarly. At max level. I can't really say one's better than the other. They're both great. World of Warcraft, gameplay wise, has and always will feel great. Usually, I mean, it doesn't feel great when the spec that you enjoy playing the most is the worst spec DPS wise. sorry, Arcane Mages, maybe your day will come soon. Actually, I don't know, have Arcane Mages already had their day come? I don't know, I haven't kept up with the DPS in a while, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the gameplay's great. Music is good. It does its job. I think the music in this game's better, but I mean that's like subjective. Like music is very subjective. World of Warcraft has great music. I think that the way this game employs music is objectively better, but the music itself, I can't say is objectively better because at that point it's a matter of personal preference when it comes to the music. But I do like the music in this game more. But that being said, the music in World of Warcraft is very nostalgic, especially the older zones. So, you know, I have no issue there. No issue with the music at all. But, you know, other than that, I mean, so World of Warcraft does some things well. Can I think of any others? Can I think of any others? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's something. If you know something that's better, please let me know. Please let me know. Leave your opinions in the comments below. What do you think World of Warcraft does well? What do you think it could do better? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And why? If you disagree with me, that's fine. I have no problem if you disagree with me. I have no problem if you disagree with every single thing I said, but you know, please let me know why. I want to know. I want to know why why someone might disagree with what I said. You know, I'm not gonna like. I don't think that you're wrong if you disagree with me or anything. Because everyone, at the end of the day, everyone has their own tastes and preferences. I can't, you know, control that or anything, but yeah, World of Warcraft is a game very near and dear to me, since, you know, I played it a lot when I was younger. I played it a lot. You know, it was a big part of my childhood, so I'll always have a place in my heart for it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Fable. I played Fable 1 many times. But, like, nowadays, it's not the greatest game by far, but I still enjoy it, I still love it, I still love to play it. And you know, if they release Wrath of the Lich King Classic... Oh yeah, and they really did Burning Crusade Classic dirty by adding stupid microtransactions that weren't in the original Burning Crusade when they promised they wouldn't do that with Classic World of Warcraft. They really screwed the pooch on that one. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. That was so fucking stupid. But, you know, if they release Wrath of the Lich King and they don't do that stupid bullshit, you know, maybe I'll play it. I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. I'd have to, you know, I'd have to be bored out of my mind, though, because, I mean, I don't really want to play Wrath of the Lich King again, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I don't know. Like, it would be fun to level up, but I don't want to, like, do any raids or anything. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to play by ear. I don't really trust Blizzard that much anymore these days. The company specifically. You know, if they make World of Warcraft better, that's great. But I don't think I'll ever play it again. I'd have to really get an itch to go play it in order for me to play it ever again. But if you still enjoy it, I'm so glad for you, because you can find joy in something that I can't anymore. And, you know, hold on to that feeling, because it's important to enjoy what you can while you can. that got a little melodramatic at the end there, but yeah, it's a life lesson for you. You know, our time is finite, so, you know, don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't enjoy something. If you enjoy World of Warcraft, I'm very happy for you, because that can only be a good thing if you enjoy something and you enjoy spending your time doing it, and you don't feel like your time is wasted. Because there's nothing worse than having your time feel wasted when you are only given so much time in life. Like, you don't want to waste it. Like, you can, like, wasting money, like, who cares? You can get your money back, not a big deal. But wasting time, can't get that back. Can't get back those moments. And then you die, because we all die. Not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. It's when you get your time wasted. But anyway, let's not, you know, get all depressing here at the end. Jesus Christ, where did that come from? I mean, that'll be it. My voice is about to, I can feel the blood in my throat from talking so much. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna cut out. We'll see. But I just wanted to, you know, I just want to get it out there, get this out there. You know, I think that videos like this, you know, they're enjoyable to watch. It's enjoyable to rant about something you're passionate about. And I don't want this to, like, I don't want you to, like, think I want World of Warcraft to fail or suck balls forever. You know, I'm not sitting here laughing going, haha, stupid World of Warcraft players. You're so fucking stupid, I hope you burn in hell. Like, no. I want World of Warcraft to be good. Because, you know, the better that World of Warcraft is, the better that other MMOs can be, because they have to compete with World of Warcraft. They do. World of Warcraft is, you know, this giant, you know, pillar of MMOs. Everyone knows it, you know. It's the most popular MMO ever, and if it's good, then all the other MMOs, including this one, also can get better. So I think that's very important. You can't just get, you know, if you're sitting at the top and nothing can even get close to you, you know, you can get a little stagnated. You can get a little dull. I think that kind of happened to World of Warcraft, and I think that it has sunk down from its keenly status, and hopefully it can only get better from here, and I hope it does get better, because that can only be good for everyone, let's be honest. But with that being said, like, I gotta go. Like, my voice, I'm gonna die here if I keep this up, so I gotta go. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video's. I hope you enjoyed. I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.